Hi, everybody. Welcome to Broadway.com's Live at 5. It is Wednesday, September 19th. It is the birthday of Stephanie J. Block and Ramin Karimloo. Happy birthday, guys.
Wow.
And I am Ryan Lee Gilbert. It's not my birthday.
I'm Paul Untitled. Did you say Ramin Karimloo?
Yeah.
I saw him on Instagram. He grew his hair out a little bit. It looks cute.
Oh,
Just
excited
saying.
to
It's a
see
different
that.
look.
Yeah.
And who's over there?
Also in the studio with us is content producer Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
And a fantastic guest.
Yes, Andrew Samonsky, who is hitting the road with Come From Away. He's going to sit down and chat with me in a little bit. But first, let's talk about today's top 5.
Someone is bringing tens across the board to London.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Big news in the morning meeting.
This is a bit for some of us. Yeah.
Thought I was being punked. I'm a big RuPaul's Drag Race fan.
Of course. Yeah,
Anyone-
as is Andrew Garfield.
Anyone who's a
Yes, as we know from Show
Anyone,
People.
a little Show People soundbite made it into the reunion special this year because
That's
of
right.
that.
Mhm.
Michelle Visage, who is, of course, the
Big star from
fantastic
there, yeah.
judge on the show and RuPaul's BFF, girlfriend, will be making her West End debut in
big
Everybody's
deal.
Talking About Jamie.
Big deal.
And
That's
today
a big,
everybody's talking about Michelle Visage
Yeah.
being and Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
it's a big deal to make your West End debut, and this is a big show. People love this show.
I can't wait to see the show, and I'm going to London in a few months, and now maybe I can see Michelle Visage. Is it
That
going to
would-
work? Yes,
Yes.
the dates will work.
Look at that.
So now it's a bonus show I have to see. So this is a show about a little boy. It's based on a documentary.
Yes.
And it's
Yep.
about a teenage boy who wants to be a drag queen. And Michelle will be playing the conservative Miss Hedge who hates drag.
Which
So this is stunt
looked
casting.
amazing.
But she's also a very talented musical performer. Apparently,
Yeah,
I
we-
do
we've
remember
heard.
RuPaul released a Christmas album called Ho 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 in the 90s.
Oh,
And did a
okay.
duet with Michelle. I just made Caitlin
Oh,
giggle.
wow.
And did a duet with Michelle Visage.
I did not know.
And I heard a rumor a while ago that Michelle Visage was working on an album of show tunes. So I was kind of waiting to see if she would enter our world.
Yeah.
She's not quite in our world yet, but she's going to be in the West End. So she will be in the show from October 18th through January 26th, replacing Thames and Carol. So congratulations, Michelle
Yeah,
Visage. We hope
absolutely.
to have you here on Broadway soon.
And a star-studded reading has been announced.
Yes, so Billy Crystal has written a new play along with Quentin Peoples, and it is called Have a Nice Day. And it follows a U.S. president who will be played in this reading by Kevin Kline, who is considering running for a second term. Billy Crystal is playing the role of Angel of Death, but the cast is also amazing. On top of all that, Daryl Hammond, Annette Bening, Ollie Carvalho, who did the voice of Moana in movie Moana.
Isn't it amazing how Have a Nice Day and U.S. President just don't feel like the
I
same
know.
world?
Well, and I mean, as well as Keegan-Michael Key, amazing cast. Yeah, Billy Crystal has his finger on the pulse of stuff like this, so I'm interested to see. I'm sure there are allusions to our current U.S. president going into this, but I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. They will have a 2-night reading at Off-Broadway's Minetta Lane Theater, and it will be recorded on Audible.
Oh.
Again.
So
Yeah,
this
like
is
the new
it's
thing.
another
It's a
one
new
of these.
thing.
Yeah, so like Girls and
Audible.
Boys did this recently with Carrie Mulligan, and then Harry Clark with Billy Crudup. Do you think this is going to be a way for like
Alexandra Silber.
and
Oh,
yeah, and
yeah.
I think Patti Smith is coming to the Minetta Lane Theater soon. I think this could be a way for those people that are wanting to complete their EGOT. Maybe they can get Grammy Awards for doing these.
Look at you coming up with a sneaky way
Right?
for
I mean,
theater
but
actors to become EGOT.
I want more EGOTs, not enough EGOTs.
Not enough.
But yes, this is happening October 7th and 8th at 8 p.m. Sounds really fun. Of course, Billy Crystal was on Broadway recently. 700 Sundays.
700
I
Sundays,
love
beautiful
that
show.
show.
Love it. And the cast has been announced for this New York premiere off-Broadway.
Well, Lee Silverman is busy because she is in tech right now
is.
for what's it called, Lifespan of a Fact.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I'm excited about on Broadway. Which
Starting
starts
previews very
tomorrow.
soon. Is it tomorrow?
So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
And she's also directing Wild Goose Dreams, a new play by Hansel Jung at the Public Theater, which starts October 30th, opening November 14th. This Joel Perez is in it.
Yes, who
Who was also in Lee Silverman's Sweet Charity.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
he won that fancy award, the Lortel Award.
The Lortel Award,
I'm
Lucille
just
Lortel Award.
promoting
Yes.
Joel Perez suddenly.
No, he's fantastic.
Francis Jew of Thoroughly Modern Millie fame.
Yes, absolutely.
And other things. They lead the cast. It is about a South Korean man whose wife and daughter have moved to America for a better life, and he escapes to the internet and meets Nan Hee, a young defector forced to leave her family behind in North Korea.
Oh, fascinating and
interesting.
timely.
So yeah, that's a new off-Broadway offering.
And we got a first look at this exciting world premiere musical that's in California.
The Heart of Rock and Roll, based
Still
on,
beating.
It is still beating.
Cleveland
It is.
and San Diego.
And San Diego, California. Yes, it's happening at the Old Globe Theater. It's got Matt Doyle and Katie Rose Clark. It is based on the iconic songs of Huey Lewis and the News.
I love this
I
music.
love Huey Lewis.
I
and
know,
the News,
I love
too.
it.
Yeah, it's so good. Power of Love.
I'm
Get
going
to
to
be
see
square.
this. I'm not missing
Yeah.
this.
This sounds
There's
incredible.
a lot of buzz about it. I hear
There
it's
absolutely
fantastic.
is. And Matt Doyle is amazing. So this is happening in California right now. You can go see it right now. But we just put up a video of footage from that production on our site right now. So you can watch it and decide for yourself if you would be into seeing Huey Lewis and the News on stage, which I would be.
I'm going.
Take me, please.
I'm going.
Love it. And this Broadway favorite just announced some solo shows.
Sierra Boggess. Now, that new Netflix show is not about Sierra Boggess. What's that movie
Sierra
called?
Burgess.
Okay, that flips me out every time I see it.
Yeah.
And I started watching it, and it features,
Yeah.
what's her name from Stranger Things?
Barb.
Shannon Purser.
But what's her
Barb.
character?
Barb.
Okay, I'm sorry. yeah.
Justice. It
Barb.
also has Noah
The
Centineo.
girl in the bottom of the pool.
Noah
Spoiler.
Centineo.
Noah Centineo.
Noah
is in there
Centineo,
as well,
so hot.
too.
Okay, anyway, it's called Sierra Burgess,
Burgess.
is a
Yeah.
loser.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every time I hit it on Netflix, I think it
Do you
says Sierra
gasp?
Boggess is a loser. It's not true. She's not a loser.
No,
We
far
love
from
Sierra
it.
Boggess.
Oh, like SpongeBob.
She is right now in the Age of Innocence down to McCarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah.
which she also did at
She did it
Hartford
in Connecticut
Stage.
as well, yeah.
But she'll be returning to Feinstein 54 Below. She is fantastic in concert. I've seen
She's
her.
amazing.
She will be there on November 4th and 6th at 7 p.m. You know who she is. I'm not
You know
going
what
to
she
explain who she
sings.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is important because I know it sells out. Tickets go on sale to the general public Thursday, September 26th, next Thursday
So have
at
your
noon.
finger ready.
Wow, so set your
Click.
phone
You got to get it set.
timer.
those alerts.
Ready to go.
Hey Siri, remind me to buy Sierra Boggess tickets on September 27th at 12 p.m.
Absolutely.
Just do that, and
Do
then
it.
it'll work.
Yeah,
There you go.
you won't regret it.
And
Paul,
after
thank
that helpful tip, I'm getting out of here.
No. Thank you so much, Paul, for doing the
Thank
news
you.
with me. Caitlin, why don't you tell us about today's special guest?
Yes. Guys, we have Andrew Samonsky in the studio with us today. He is gearing up to take the incredible true story of Come From Away on the road in the show's first national tour. He has previously been on Broadway in South Pacific, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, and Scandalous. Come From Away marks his third touring production. He has traveled across the country in Bridges of Madison County, which just... I need a moment. And on the record, be sure to follow him on Instagram at @Samonsky and on Twitter at just simple Samonsky. Two different things. Follow him on both. Leave all your questions in the comments down below. Everyone, please welcome Andrew and Ryan.
Hello there, sir.
Hello.
It is so good to see you
It's
again.
good to see you. You know, I'm glad you brought up my handles because
Yeah.
I was trying to get Samonsky for Instagram, and there's some woman who I'm sure I'm related to because there must be like 13 Samonskys in America, and she has Samonsky, but she has no posts, no nothing, like no
Well,
way
you
to
should message
contact
her.
her.
Wasting it.
And I don't know who she
Wasting it.
is, and I would love to.
You
know,
should just direct
consolidate,
message her and ask her
but
to
you know
please
what, I
give it up.
did, and she
Did
hasn't.
Did respond?
She didn't respond.
No, she's holding out.
Maybe
Oh,
she was
she's gonna-
saving
yeah.
it for you.
I'm a little hurt. But
Yes. Well, you know, until we remedy that.
Yes, thank you.
How are things? How's life?
good.
You are getting ready to hit the road again.
I know, right? Yeah. I honestly, this is a show I saw it a year ago.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it was just one of those special shows that I
It
was like, that would
absolutely
be
is.
what a dream to do that show. And you know, lucky me, we're going to go on tour together and do this little show and share it with the entire country, which is so important, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
the message of this show during this time, it's going to feel so good to share this with the country. So.
Absolutely.
And Canada. We go to Canada too.
Absolutely. And it's going everywhere. And everywhere that it hasn't been yet is so eager and anxious to have it. It's an incredible show.
Yeah.
You are playing a character called Kevin T in the show and others, of
And
course,
others.
based off of a real person, real people.
Yeah.
You got to meet the real Kevin T.
I
Didn't you?
did,
What
I did.
was that like? Is this also your first time playing a real person who you were able to meet?
I
And
guess that's true.
Right?
Yeah, that is true.
that has to be a bizarre.
It is. You know, and I mean, it's so nice. I mean, I'm not doing like an impersonation of Kevin.
Sure. No. Yeah.
But Kevin Turf, beautiful man. You know, he started this Pay It Forward campaign after
Yep.
9/11,
Yep.
and we actually, our cast got to go out and do that last week.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And you know, do random acts of kindness for strangers, which was so thrilling. And one of the women that I did a deed for, she said, you know, I'm going to use this moment to go teach my son, my 15-year-old, about what happened that day. And,
Wow.
you know, and it's so obviously you can tell just by that what kind of a man he is. And so it was a thrill to meet him and just kind of talk about the show and what was true and maybe what was exaggerated. Maybe.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, they're all going to come out to Seattle and see the opening. So it's exciting.
Yeah, well, going off of that a little bit, tell me more about why you responded to the show and why you wanted to be a part of it and why you just couldn't say no to being part of Come From Away.
You know, I just think there aren't a lot of shows. First of all, it's based on something true, on
Yep.
something real, and to take tragedy and find some hope and joy and connection. I mean, to really go into that theater when I saw it and to be crying and laughing at the same time. I mean, that's the power of theater, right?
Yeah,
And then to have it be based on something real that we all, most of us who are, you know, who went through that can relate to and remember where we were and what that experience was like. It's just a very palpable, personal show I think for most people, and to be able to connect with the audience who really are part of the show, really, that's kind of a special experience in the theater.
Yeah, and as somebody, I mean, you've had the opportunity to work, you know, sing songs by incredible composers and be part of what is it about David and Irene that makes them so special? Because this show that they've created is one of a kind. It's remarkable.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they went and did their research. You know, they've become part of the Gander community. I mean, that's how involved they got in those people's lives and interviews and research. And there's a part, you know, we get screeched in where you become a Newfoundlander, and they've all been screeched in, I think, several times, actually. So they're really a Newfoundlander. But yeah, and then to just write this show that has such heart, and then the music just has like, it's got something that's grounded. It's like folksy but tuneful, and it just kind of sings in your heart.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't sound like
special.
anything else. It's got such a unique sound to it, which
that's true too.
is very lovely.
Yeah.
You can't help but be part of shows that are just emotional wallops. Like speaking as Caitlin needed to recover for a moment there. Tell us a little bit about your journey with Bridges of Madison County as well, because that show, you must know, is just beloved to people, particularly that score.
Yeah. That was another one. When I went and saw that show, it was, you know, you're just crying at the end of that one too.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I want to do that one because I want to cry some more. No, to me, it's one of the great scores of musical theater, like all time.
We just
you
had
know?
Jason Robert Brown in the studio doing this yesterday.
And
so
and he has written some great scores, but that one I think is my favorite.
Yeah.
And you know, his ability to kind of write in different styles, and write for Francesca in this more classical style, and then for Robert Kincaid in a more kind of country folk style, and I don't know. The man can write a tune. You know what I mean? And you're dealing with kind of a tricky subject matter, and yet there's such feeling in the music and in the story. You love the connection that's going on between these two people, and it was just a real gift. And then to do it with Elizabeth Stanley, you know, the whole tour, who's fantastic.
She's amazing.
And you know, that it was just. To sing, I've been very lucky, and to sing that score in my life has been really one of the great dreams. So,
certainly,
yeah.
I believe it. And of course, you're going out on the road, but you're leaving your lovely wife, who we love and adore as well, and also your son recently turned a year old in June.
I know.
Is that right? So how are you processing? That's got to be difficult.
Yeah,
it's got to be tough.
It is tough. You know, they're gonna stay here. Kate may not have something that's going to keep her here.
Mm-hmm.
But that maybe we'll all hear about. But yeah, she's gonna stay here with the kid, and I'm gonna. We're actors. We make it work. We have to
Of
go
course.
on. We have to go where the shows take us. And but I'll fly back when I can. And luckily there's things like FaceTime and and the internet that will hopefully make the distance seem not as far. But yeah, it's we met on while I was on tour in Bridges or right before that.
Right.
So. It's the actor's life, and but now we have a son, and he's just starting to walk. And you don't want to miss these things, and he's going to start saying words, but luckily you just video the thing and hope you send it. But it will be odd, but I'll be definitely getting home as much as possible.
Right, and you have some co-star. I know you're a co-star Megan McGinnis. She's taking her 18-month-old on the road as well.
I think we have 3-4 mothers
Mm-hmm.
in the show. Becky has a 7-year-old?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then actually we have a lot of parents in the show, some who are grown up and some who are not. So Chambly has
You'll
a 4-year-old.
have people there.
Yeah, we have a lot of parents to like commiserate with or celebrate with, whichever the moment is, so yeah.
Right. No, and tell me a little bit about, I know you haven't gotten a full, experience yet with this show, but you've been out on the road before. Are there cities you're excited to go back to? Are there places that you're going to the first time that you're excited to hit?
Yeah, there's a lot of places I haven't been. New Orleans, I've never been to, which
wow.
we're going
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
And then some of the Canadian cities I've never been to. But what's nice is this tour is going to a lot of the cities that the Bridges tour didn't go to. So we're hitting the Pacific
why
Northwest.
you took the job.
Yeah, I was like, where's it going? Okay, I'll do it. But we're going to the Pacific Northwest, which I love.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and I think we're in LA during the winter, so it's not a bad schedule.
Yeah. No, it'll be fun. Caitlin, what would some of our viewers like to know
got
from Andrew?
questions.
I bet.
We got questions. Okay. Oh, have you seen the show since you found out that you were going to be on tour?
Yes, they took us all to see the show 2 weeks ago, and so I got to see it again, and it was fantastic again. So yes, saw the show. Loved the show again. Got me more excited to do the show. So yeah.
Is it hard to, when you, in that kind of situation, when you're going to be playing a role, is it hard to watch it the same way? Like, because I'm assuming you don't want certain things to influence your performance because is that a difficult thing for you, or are you able to kind of just be a viewer?
We were in rehearsal at the time, and there's so many tables and chairs that get moved. So, I was enjoying the show, but I was like, oh, wow, what he's moving what? Where? What? What? Our brains are all fried. We just finished staging the show, and we're running it, and we're like...
Yeah, it's nonstop.
I think there's 14, 15 chairs that we're all remembering where goes where, but so part of us was just like... What are they doing? What does this look like that we're doing? Oh, it looks really good. We just need to trust that it looks good because we're just like, put the chair here, put the table
you have
there.
that amazing Instagram too. It's with all the spikes.
It looks like, it's like someone threw Skittles on the floor. And it's like, there you go. Try to figure out where to put your chair. Just pick 2 colors and go for it,
So you were watching it more as homework as opposed to...
A little bit, you can't help it when you're in rehearsal. But I got to see Chad's understudy go on. And,
Great, yeah.
And I'd seen Chad already, so that was cool. And I know Jen Colella from grad school. I went to grad school.
No
with Jen.
way.
We played opposite each other in Victor, Victoria.
What?
Oh, she just talked about that when she was here
I was
last
going to say,
week.
we just had her in here as well.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
And so I'd seen her once
that.
before, so I got to see Julie Reiber go on, who's a friend. So it was nice to see it again.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Okay, Sarah asks, what's your favorite thing to do on a day off from performing?
Oh, boy. Well,
Go to Chuck E. Cheese, it looks like.
I did not choose to do that. It was a friend's birthday. It was very nice, but I think it was Luke's first time at Chuck E. Cheese, and it was a lot.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese is a lot.
For a 1-year-old,
Yeah.
if he was a little
For
older.
anybody.
For anybody.
So it's safe to say every day off on tour, I will be going to a Chuck E. Cheese. By
Finding
myself.
the local Chuck E. Cheese.
By myself.
Yeah.
In the ball pit.
That is
You can find me in the ball pit on my day off.
No, are you are you one of those people who doesn't like to do anything on your day off, that kind of just wants to be, or are you going to be venturing out on your days off as well?
The days I'm not flying home to see my boy, I love traveling, and I love kind of taking adventures. So I will definitely be trying to take advantage of seeing these cities and and exploring.
Yeah,
So,
local
that's the fun-
cuisine.
Yeah.
That would be my. That's
Right?
Baltimore.
That too. Oh yes.
We have a big Baltimore stand.
Burger cookies.
Yes, burger cookies.
Wow.
That's what you gotta
I'm
eat.
gonna have one. Nando's.
Yes,
I'm
Nando.
getting there.
Look at
I
that. You are doing your
I know
homework.
how to memorize
That's-
lines.
Baltimore. Baltimore's the best, in case you didn't know. That's where I'm from. Okay. Oh, this is cute. George asks, "Are there any shows that you'd love to do with Kate?"
Oh gosh. One I always thought would be fun, maybe in 10 years, would be Sweeney Todd, just because she'd be so funny.
Yeah, and I know
as
you
a-
love that show.
I love that show. It's just one of my favorite musicals. So she'd be so funny, and then I can be scary. So I
Yeah.
can practice like acting like I'm, disciplining my child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, just being very scary father. No, I don't. But no, I Sweeney Todd. I don't know. Other ones, Sunday in the Park with George. I think she'd
Of
be great in
course,
that.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's a lot of Sondheim.
Yeah.
We only do Sondheim.
But thinking of Sweeney Todd, do you, because I don't know, I don't think I've seen you go like dark in your, do you have a desire to kind of do something a little darker?
Sure.
As opposed to just making us bawl our eyes out.
My Sweeney Todd will make you all cry.
Okay.
Like it's
All
gonna
right.
be very emotional, very romantic.
Great.
Like, yeah, it's
Yes.
gonna be a
It's
really
going to be the
good
Samonsky take on Sweeney Todd.
yeah.
I love that.
And I think we have time for
Yes,
another one.
let's do one more. This touches at my heart. Elise says, "What is your favorite memory from Hunchback of Notre Dame? And what was it like recording the cast album? Because it's the best."
Oh my
Just
gosh,
saying.
right. Oh, Hunchback of
that.
Notre Dame. What was a favorite memory? What I remember is we were in La Jolla, and I was sitting in the audience, and they were rehearsing the opening with this 40-person choir singing, this Latin kind of requiem, and like the music just started, and like my hair like blew straight back, and I was like, yes. Yes, I like this show. And
Yeah.
I mean that score. I mean, talking
It
Alan
is.
Menken. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's known for so many other shows, but that score
I
is
love
really
that
special
score.
too. So, the fact that we didn't come to New York, it was a nice consolation to at least record the album, which is phenomenal. And Michael Arden, Patrick Page. It
Michael
was-
Arden.
I was so, yeah. It
And he
almost
was a-
hurts to think that it didn't come.
virtuoso performance, really. And so it was really something special to just have that. You never have a choir on stage like that.
Right,
So
yeah.
that was really, really special. Yeah, like I've said, I've been pretty lucky singing some good
Right.
songs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're all about to be very lucky when you go see the national tour of Come From Away. It kicks off in Seattle, October 9th at the Fifth Avenue Theater. An incredible cast, including this guy, Andrew Samonsky. Remind everyone where they can follow you on
Oh
Twitter.
gosh! Oh, it's two
Instagram.
different handles. I'm
Got
so
it.
two
sorry.
different-
At Samonsky on Twitter, and if Becky Samonsky will write me back, maybe I can
her
switch mine
out.
to at Samonsky on Instagram. But for the meantime, it's at a Samonsky on Instagram. So
All right.
find me both places.
Do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
sir.
Hey,
Thank you so much for
thank
coming
you.
by. It's been
Oh,
great
such a
having you.
pleasure. Yeah.
Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today we are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can listen to this interview in a podcast form by searching #live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow when we talk to Taylor Louderman of Mean Girls.